The structure's all wrong, 2 free transfers, and I need to start making changes. Welcome to my team selection for game week 9. Hope you guys are well. In today's video, we're going to talk about movement in structure for my team, getting more money out of the attack and into the defense. And we've got a lot of players of huge interest, both in the back line, but the front line too. Stay tuned for that. But look, without further ado, I'll show you my team in a couple of minutes. But first, let me just touch on the best scoring defenders so far, because there's a common theme here. Arsenal are absolutely smashing it defensively. Gabriel, Timber and Calafiori all featuring in the 4 highest performers so far alongside Mark Guehi. Arsenal are clearly great, and I need a structure of double Arsenal defence. Absolutely no, I want that. And at the moment, I've got double Arsenal attack. And if you wildcarded in game week 7, like me, there's a very good chance, or even, game week 8, a lot of the wildcarders also went with a Gyokeres and a Saka. But I'm sure it's Saka plus 2 of these guys. I know I need to move to this, but to get there, I probably need to wait a couple of weeks. I need money for the backline. I need to take Gyokeres out. But with Gyokeres' fixtures coming up, do I wait 2-3 weeks to get to a double Arsenal defence? Maybe I do, and maybe I give him more time. We'll look at his numbers later, though, and then we'll make that call. But so far this season, when we take the first 8 game weeks, the player of the game week, the player that got the most points in FPL, 5 times, is fallen to a defender. Defenders this season are hauling. Now, that's massively influenced by big performances by those defenders where they're scoring goals and assists. Sure. Does that always happen, Gianni? Yes. But usually we see massive hauls from the Mo Salahs and the expensive forwards, Ollie Watkins, Victor Gyokeres. We haven't had that this season. So defenders, yes, they're having these worldy performances, but actually there's more routes to points now as well. It might only be 2 points, but those 2 points matter. And DEFCON has changed the way we pick our defenders. So let me just talk about DEFCON. And there's no better than Tom Hadley on Twitter. Go check him out. He's a DEFCON mastermind. He's calculated the total DEFCON points scored by defenders this season versus last season after 8 game weeks. The results are staggering. When you're looking at centre-backs, there's a 50% increase. That's mad. Last year, 182 points. This year, 268 points. A massive, massive increase. So why? Why are we seeing more DEFCON points for defenders? The threshold's only 10, and I bet the Premier League are looking at that going, should we have made it 12 for midfielders and defenders? Because centre-backs are mopping up the DEFCON because teams are going longer. It's more Route 1. There's been a shift in momentum in the Premier League. Most managers are going from back to front quicker. Defenders, therefore, are making more clearances. But also, the reliance on set pieces. We are seeing way more set pieces because of throw-ins. Throw-in is effectively a set piece. And because of long throws, we're seeing, again, mainly centre-backs getting on the end of those long throws, both for attacking threat, but also defensive contributions, clearances. That's so, so important. So really interesting. Bigger increase, more defensive points, more hauls from defenders. What does that mean for our team? Why is this important in this video? Well, I want to make sure I've got the best defenders. Maybe not the best DEFCON defenders, but the best defenders in general. So when I'm looking at DEFCON, it's worth noting the Arsenal lads aren't top of the tree, but they're great for clean sheets. They're good for bonus. We know we like them. But one guy I just want to point out, I've owned the top 2 players in this list. I own Senesi, I own Mukiele. They're the best by a country mile. They are hitting DEFCON 83 and 88% respectively, right? I think Senesi's missed it once. Mukiele has missed it once or twice. Once as well, I think, because he missed the first 2 games of the season. So they're averaging 12.5 and 13.5 a games. No player gets higher. Remember, you need 10 extra points. So what I'm saying is Mukiele and Senesi, given their price point, feel like really, really solid, obvious picks. Now, Mukiele, 17 points last time out. Guys, he's a 4 million defender. I've got him in my team. I was a big, big fan of his early this season. I watched him and was like, as soon as I wildcard, he's coming in. Many went Alderete. I think Mukiele's even better. Whether he's right back or centre back, he gets DEFCON. He takes the long throws. Guys, he'll be knocking on the door of the France squad if he carries on playing like this. He's an awesome, awesome asset. And the big teams will be looking at Mukiele going, why didn't I buy him? Why didn't I get there? Guys, if you've had anything in terms of information from this video that you've enjoyed, show your support by hitting the like button. But also, do hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. I'd love you to come and support the channel. And subscribing is the best way of doing that. So really appreciate you. But this is my team selection. I wanted just to give that background on DEFCON because I'm going to be changing one or two of my defenders. I've got in place the best DEFCON guys, Senesi and Mukiele, but I know I want Arsenal for clean sheets. For many of you, you might have the Arsenal guys and you'll be looking at the DEFCON monsters. Don't worry too much about fixtures. Yes, we need clean sheets, but that's so hard to predict for the cheaper defenders when they get clean sheets. Like Richards and Anderson, the 4.5 and below guys, can't really predict clean sheets because most weeks they go into it with like 20-30% chance of a clean sheet. So yes, spot good fixture runs, but also just go. It doesn't matter who they're playing. They're probably going to get DEFCON. Senesi ticks that box. Mukiele ticks that box. And then you've got a baseline. You've got a floor of like 4 points before you've started, right? But as I said, this is my team selection. So let's talk about some players that I'm interested in. And Bruno and Mbeumo we need to discuss. Like this was Bruno versus Liverpool. He gets the assist, but it's not a 3-point assist for Bruno. As soon as he gets an attacking return, Bruno's getting 6 points because he always does so well in the BPS that one attacking return usually takes him to 3 bonus. And it did. He was on no bonus points, gets an assist. It was a 6-point assist. He's really good for DEFCON. Didn't get it against Liverpool, but will get it a lot. He hit the post. He's central to everything they're doing. And yes, I'm not the biggest Man United fan. And yes, he's playing deeper. Doesn't matter. He's still an awesome asset. Remember, he's had 3 penalties. If he'd scored those other 2 penalties he missed, he'd be top of the midfield charts pretty much. Also, Man United, they might be a dreadful defence, and they're not a great defence, guys. But the underlying data, you saw it on Monday's video. Go check out Monday's video if you want to know more about attacking data. Man United for XG ranks 2nd. Only Crystal Palace have racked up higher XG this season. Man United are legit good in attack. And remember, no European football. Huge, huge, huge benefit for Man United this season. Full week on the training ground. No European away days. That helps players like Bruno deliver at the weekend. Huge advantage to Man United. Huge advantage to Bournemouth. And the other 2 teams that are like really good teams that aren't in Europe for FPL interest, I'd say Brighton and Everton. Those 4 teams, no European football is massive. My team in 2 secs, but first, Huel have sponsored today's video. Check this out. Huel has become part of my morning routine. If I'm doing the school run or walking the dog or making videos for you guys, this works for my busy schedule. And if you watch my Sunday debrief videos at 8:30 a.m, you'll see me drinking Huel. It's a nutritious meal, it tastes great, and it's good for you. It's got all the core components and ingredients of a meal. It's high in protein, but nutrients and minerals too. You know, all the stuff you see in the health food shops like flaxseed and vitamin B12, yeah, that's all in there as part of 27 vitamins and minerals. And you guys know I'm a bit of a health freak. I love this stuff. I'm feeling way more energetic, more active. I'm sleeping better. A lot of that is down to Huel. I love the fact there's none of the artificial rubbish that you get in so many drinks. No sweeteners, no colorings, all the good stuff. Guys, if you want to check Huel out, use code GIANNI10. You'll get £10 off your first order over £60. So much good stuff on the website. Go check it out. Link in the description, or you can scan the QR code, which we'll leave up during this video. So look, we said we'll get to my team. Let's do it. This is how I'm set, and I'll need to do a bit of a deep dive with you on forwards, guys, because it needs to be discussed. So, first and foremost, my decisions this week. At the moment, I'm going Pope and goal over Dubravka. I did go Dubravka last week over Pope. This week it's Pope with the home fixture. Senesi, Gabriel and Kilman have all got home games. They can all pick up DEFCON. Gabriel's going to be busy versus Palace. I don't know if Arsenal do keep a clean sheet, but Gabriel will be busy. Hopefully we get DEFCON. Senesi at home to Forest the same. And Kilman, it's not ideal. I don't really want to be starting a West Ham defender after Monday night, but I've got to give him a shot, haven't I? I feel like I've got to. It's Leeds away. I think I can have a go in that fixture. Although Leeds are quite good at Ellen Road, but Richards and Mukiele just don't have the games. I could put in Mukiele, but I think I'll go Kilman. Then in midfield, we've got another big decision to make. Minter away at Old Trafford I quite like for the way Brighton always have a go. Saka's looked so bright of late, and Semenyo's clearly got to be in the team. Do I go with Ismail Sarr or Tijani Reinders? I think Sarr, because Palace, the way they play away from home, without the ball in transition, Arsenal are very hard to Arsenal do so well against teams in transition. They don't concede big chances, but I fancy Palace on the break to maybe maybe not score, but have a good chance or two. And I think Sarr over Mateta actually works for this particular fixture. And then up front, we've got Haaland, Joao Pedro, and Victor Gyokeres still in place. But it's these forward spots we need to discuss. We'll come back to captaincy in a minute. But Mateta is front of mind. He is. But does he come in for Arsenal away? It just makes sense knowing he's got Brentford and Brighton to hold a couple of weeks, right? I think we can probably all agree, like Brentford, Brighton at home, great entry point. Arsenal away, not the best entry point. So does Joao Pedro get one more week? Does Gyokeres get one more week? Well, big decision to make there. And when we look at the numbers on Gyokeres and Joao Pedro, like it's been poor. It's been really, really poor. Like, since game week 5, these numbers aren't brilliant, are they? And if you watched Monday's show, I compared their numbers all season with Mateta. It's worlds apart. Mateta's clearly the better option right now, but given the fixture, and given I don't know which one I want to sell, do I want to sell Joao Pedro? Do I want to sell Gyokeres? I mean, it's really concerning. Joao Pedro, since game week 5, hasn't had a big chance. He's had one shot in the box. At least Gyokeres, 11 shots in the box, 2 big chances. It feels like goals could be coming for Gyokeres. Joao Pedro, though, is his time up? Maybe. Now, there is a big discussion point at Chelsea and with Joao Pedro. And a lot of that comes down to, will they be playing a number 9? And also, how long is Liam Delap going to be out? Because Liam Delap has returned. Maresca said he's very close to returning to first team training. When you've been out for as long as he has, it's not like he comes into training and he's in the next Saturday. It could still be a fair few weeks. So look, I think the budget forwards are going to play a part here. I want to get more money into my midfield so I can get a Bruno or maybe an Mbermo. I want to get definitely more money in my defence so I can go double Arsenal defence. Money has to come out here. I think both Gyokeres and Joao Pedro, both these guys, in the next couple of weeks, swap to Mateta plus one of these two, Mark Guiu or Kroupi Jr. Yeah, like it feels like one of these two are going to be really popular. 2 enablers. Now, sure, they're your 8th attacker. They're going to be on the bench. If they're not in the 11, it's not the end of the world. As long as you've bench boosted already. But Chelsea could be about to start using Mark Guiu a lot more. We saw at half time in game week 8. As soon as they made changes at half-time and they put Joao Pedro 10, sure, Caicedo came on too, which helped a lot of stuff. But Mark Guiu came on as the number 9, looked really good. Joao Pedro is better playing as a 10. He needs a 9 with him, ideally. Mark Guiu might not be the best pick just in case Liam Delap is back and just in case he's not getting starts, but I feel it will get some minutes. And at 4.3 million, there is a worst-case scenario, third bench. I don't see a problem with it. You could argue he eats up a valuable Chelsea spot. But Kroupi Jr is even more interesting. Because Evan Nilsson, we need more of an update on him. But it looks like he might be out for a few weeks. And if he is, Kroupi Jr, France under 21, scored 20 plus goals last season in France. Lethal finisher. Football Manager wonder kid. Even when Evan Nilsson was fit, this guy was coming off the bench and getting goals. I think Kroupi Jr is a legit option. And I'm genuinely really interested in him. So, when we go back to my team, this could look like Joao Pedro out, Kroupi Jr in, Gyokeres out, Mateta in, and then a whole load of money. A whole load of money to think about the likes of Bruno, to think about the likes of Jurriën Timber. And I'm really interested to see where I could go with that setup. It's effectively Haaland and Mateta plus an enabler instead of a 3-system frontline, a 3-personnel frontline. By the way, guys, do hit that like and subscribe button if you fancy. Like, I just feel like the structure at the moment with all that money in the frontline, it's not right. They're not producing enough points. We've seen 5 of the biggest goal scorers in the first 8 weeks have been defenders in 5 of the weeks. It's been a defender that's got it. Mukiele is my best point scorer last time out. He got me 17 points. I want the best in defence. I want the best in midfield. I don't know if I need the best in attack because they're not even putting in these massive hauls at the minute. So I think that's where I move to. But this week, let's just go back to it. I am settled on Joao Pedro and Gyokeres. Bringing Mateta in or a Kroupi Jr in this week makes no sense to me, especially knowing with Kroupi Jr that Nottingham Forest got a new manager. If Ange was there, I could punt on Kroupi Jr this week. Nottingham Forest at home is a great week. And guys, consider that if you need to. But with Joao Pedro versus Sunderland, with Gyokeres versus Crystal Palace at home, I think I've got a hold on those guys. Ideally, I could make a defensive transfer. but it's not Kilman I want to... If I'm selling Kilman, it's to an Arsenal defender. I don't have the money to do that. 2 free transfers, 0.3 in the bank. I'm not there yet. When we talk captaincy, guys, the way Saka's been playing, of course, you can have a go there. Crystal Palace do concede chances. They conceded 3 to Bournemouth goals, and they are conceding lots of chances. But as things stand, you'd be silly to look past Erling Haaland, wouldn't you? Even away to Aston Villa, that's where I think I'll be going. Let me know who you're captaining in the comments below, and we'll see you for another video very, very soon. Bye-bye.